Hello, my dear class 5 students. Welcome back. I'm excited to be back. It's been a little long, but today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 5, human body. So this is very important chapter, and then this very chapter we are going to talk about our body, okay, your body. So students, before we start the chapter in details, let me give you a brief introduction. Let me tell you, are you aware of any machine, okay, any machine that is far more better than, let's say, computer, or let's say smartphones. Smartphones, you know, like where we can play, like we can install many app, many game, and then we can play, right? But one thing in smartphone, though, like we install 5 games, okay, we cannot play all 5 games like in one go, right? So, or computer, right? And everything we consider them superior. But there's one machine that is more efficient than the smartphones or computer, and that is our human body. Clear? Now let's say our human body, let's say this is the mouth, okay? Mouth is where we talk, right? Where we eat, and then at the same time we can see. Let's say we can see, right? This is our eyes where we can see. Now we have a brain here where we can visualize, where we see and we visualize, and then we can remember certain things, right? Now we have an ear where we can hear, right? And then we have all this digestive system. We have like we have a leg, we have hand, like we have many different organs where all the organs have a very important role to play. Clear? So that all comes under an organ system. Okay, organ system. So that means our body have many organs. Clear? Our human body composed of many organs, and collectively they are known as organ system. And each and every organs, they have a very important role to play. So we will discuss like what are the organs, okay, under this organ system. So we'll discuss one by one, but under this organ system, we'll just study about their important roles. Clear? Their important roles. And then after the organ system, we'll study about the skeletal system, and then we'll study about the joints, and then we'll study about the muscles. Clear? So let's start with the organ system in our human body. So my dear students, the first organ system that we'll study would be the respiratory system, okay? Respiratory system. Respiratory system. So under this, what organs we have? We have a nose, we have a windpipe, right? So students, now the main important role of respiratory system is it supplies oxygen to various parts of our body. Clear? Supplies oxygen to various parts of our body, and our body needs oxygen for survival. Clear? So how do we take in the oxygen? Clear? Now we breathe in, right? We take in air through nose, right? Through nose. So now the air that we breathe, okay? The air that we breathe or we take in composed of a gas. And what is that gas? So that gas is oxygen. Clear? So now what does this oxygen do inside our body? So students, we eat food, right? The food that we eat, it has to break down, right? It has to break down. So those food are burned down, okay? Are burned down. The food that we eat are burned down by the help of oxygen. And during this process of burning of food with the help of oxygen, it gives us energy. Clear? It gives us energy, and we all need energy, right? So we get like energy from the food that we take, right? But the process is the oxygen helps in burning this food, and while doing this process, what happens? It gives us energy. So from here, respiratory system, you have to remember that the main role of this respiratory system is it gives us oxygen. Clear? And it supplies oxygen to various parts of our body. Clear? Now, the second organ system that we'll study would be digestive system. Okay, so students, the second organ system would be digestive system. Now, digestive system, this is to do with the food that we take, okay. Now, it starts from the mouth. The digestive system starts from the mouth. Now, the food which we take, it has to break down, like I've said in the previous one, it has to break down. So now, it starts from the mouth. So what happens inside the mouth? A lot of things happens inside this mouth, okay, as soon as we take food. Now, the food mixes with saliva, clear? The food mixes with saliva, and then we chew the food, and then what happens? A whole mixture takes place, and the food becomes soft, right? The food becomes soft, and after that, it is sent to it goes down to the stomach, okay, it goes down to the stomach. Clear? The soft food, after all like mixing with saliva and chewing, it goes down to the stomach. And now, do you know that in the stomach we have some digestive juice? Clear? In the stomach we have a digestive juice. Digestive juice. So the food mixes with this juice, and after 4 hours, what happens? It goes to the small intestine. Okay, after 4 hours, it goes to the small intestine. Okay, now are you clear so far? The food that we eat starts from the mouth, right? Now after it mixes with the saliva and chewing and everything, now it goes down to the stomach. From the stomach, we have this digestive juice. So what happens is after 4 hours, okay, after everything is done, after all the process is completed like in this stomach, after 4 hours, the food, it goes to the small intestine, okay, small intestine. Now, from the small intestine, what happens? From the small intestine, the digested food, okay, the digested food is taken by the blood, and it is supplied to whole parts of the body where it is needed, clear? And then the undigested food, it goes to the large intestine, clear? Now, undigested food, where does it go? It goes to the large intestine. After that, after large intestine, it goes to the anus, clear? Where the waste is excreted out. So this is the process of digestive system, but here you have to just remember their roles, okay? You don't have to study this digestive system in details, but you have to remember their role. Now, you have to remember all the organ system and their roles, and the detail for everything, for all the system you will study in your higher classes. So for class 5, this is the basic, and then you must, okay, I'm saying you must remember all the organ system and their role. Now the third organ system that we are going to study is the circulatory system, okay? Okay, so students, in the circulatory system, the organs that are involved are blood, clear, blood, then blood vessels, and the heart. Okay, so these three together, they make up the circulatory system. Now, you know, students, the heart, okay, what is the role of this heart in the circulatory system? The heart pumps the blood, okay, the heart pumps the blood. The heart pumps the blood, then it is sent to different parts with the help of these blood vessels. Clear? So now in circulatory system, you have to remember the organs involved, that is blood, blood vessels, and the heart. And what is the role of this heart? That pumps the blood. After that, it is sent to the different parts with the help of these blood vessels. So are you clear, students? So next up, the fourth organ system would be the nervous system. Okay, so students, now the fourth one. Now this one again, this is also very important. Okay, the nervous system. What are the organs involved in this nervous system? Now, brain. Okay, brain, and then the spinal cord. Okay, this is the spinal cord, and then the third one would be nerves. So we have these three organs, okay, involved in this nervous system: nerve, spinal cord, and then the brain. Clear? Now, students, you see, like our human body, like I said, it's one of the most efficient machine, right? Now, see, suppose if you're just walking, and if you sense something is wrong, then suddenly what will happen? You'll just stop, right? You'll just stop. And like if someone calls you, then you respond automatically by just looking back or just by looking front. That's how we respond, right? So now the nervous system controls all our actions. Clear? The main role, students, if I'm repeating something that is important, okay? Now the role of this nervous system is it controls our actions. Clear? Like walking, talking, everything, everything falls under this nervous system. Seeing, hearing, clear? Now, suppose by mistakenly if you touch some hot object, hot water, then without anyone saying anything, you'll respond automatically just by taking out your hand, right? So this is how the nervous system functions, okay? So it controls our actions. Clear? And the organs that are involved under these nervous systems are nerves, brain, spinal cord. Clear? So I'm sure now you're clear with the first four. Now the fifth one will be, okay, the fifth and the sixth together, I'll say. The fifth one is the skeletal system, okay? Skeletal system. And the sixth one is the muscular system. And that we are going to study in detail after we complete this organ system, okay? Okay, so students, the fifth organ system and the sixth organ system, that is the skeletal system and the muscular system, we are going to study in detail, okay? We are not just going to study about their roles, but we are going to study in details about how it functions, how many bones we have, clear, how many types of muscles we have. So that we'll discuss later on. So this will be the second topic after we complete the organ system, okay? Now the seventh organ system would be the reproductive system. Okay. Now without this organ system, life would not continue. Okay. Life goes on because of this organ system. Now the organs under this reproductive system, what they do? Reproduction. Production means producing, right? Production means producing. So re means producing again, okay? So that is the role of the reproductive system. And then the last organ system, okay? The last organ system would be excretory system. Excretory system. Okay, so now students, excretory system is all about waste. Okay, it's all about waste. It's all about waste, okay? Now students say we eat food, right? If there is no, if there is no place, or if there is no way for the waste, then survival will be difficult, right? We eat food every day, and if you imagine if there is no waste, if there is no option to throw those waste, then it will be impossible, right? Now, the main organs under this excretory system would be, I'll write here, okay? I'll write here on the top. So this is for excretory system. The main organs under this excretory system would be like kidney. Okay, just. skin is very important because with the help of this skin, our waste is removed in the form of sweat. Okay, sweat. S-W-E-A-T, sweat. Now, the third one, okay, the last one would be carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is thrown out from our body through the lungs, okay? Lungs. L-U-N-G-S. So this one I'm just writing, but that it's there in the textbook, so you can just mark it, okay? Now, in excretory system, the waste, how it is removed, like it is removed in the form of urine, or it's in the form of sweat, or in the form of carbon dioxide. So this is all about the organ system, okay, organ system. And now we'll study about the skeletal system. So for today, I'll give you a brief introduction about the skeletal system, okay. The organ system we have completed, we have discussed about their roles and the importance of each and every organ system. So next up, we'll study about the skeletal system, but for today, I'll give you a brief introduction. Okay, so students, I'll give you a brief introduction about the human skeleton, okay, and the skeletal system. This is the same. The skeletal system or the human skeleton, it is the same, okay. Now, the diagram, it looks like the human skeleton, it looks like this, clear, it looks like this. So I'm sure you can refer your textbook, okay. You can refer your textbook for diagram, okay. So this is how the human skeleton looks like. Now, student, this skeleton, okay, this is a skeleton, it's a combination of how many bones? It's a combination of 206 bones. So you remember this one, this is important. How many bones do we have in our body for an adult body, an adult human being? How many bones do we have? 206 bones. Clear? Remember this one, 206 bones. Now, in the beginning, okay, as a baby, for a baby, we'll have around 270 bones, okay. But with time, as you grow, now these muscles, these bones contracts, and then it becomes 206. So this is, you have to remember, we have 206 bones. Now, how many types of bones do we have? So remember that one, I'll explain in detail tomorrow. So now we have the skull, okay, we have the skull, we have the backbone, okay, we have the backbone, and then we have the forelimb and the hind limb, okay, that means our arms and then our leg, okay, and then we have the rib cage. We have the rib cage. I'll write here. We have the skull, clear. We have the backbone. We have the backbone and backbone or spine, okay, backbone or spine. So it's the same thing, skull. And then we have the limbs, And then when I say limbs, means it means either, that means the upper limb and the lower limb, okay. That means the forelimb and the hind limb. Now, the rib cage. Okay, so we'll study all this in detail, and for today I want you to note all this down, okay. I want you to get familiar with what type of bones we have inside our human body and how many bones we have. Clear? So we'll continue this one very interesting topic in the next class. So thank you so much, students. See you in the next class.